part of what we do to ourselves is come up with a notion of what school ought to be, and then just about kill ourselves trying to flesh that out, even when the circumstances change.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And so when something unexpected comes along that makes us have to pivot, we struggle more with, I would say, the appearances. Oh, we still got to give tests.
Yeah.
Or we got to maintain, we can't let any of the subjects drop.
Right.
I've fought this with school scheduling.
Okay.
Because I have introduced the concept from time to time, and it makes it much more complex.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, to me, it would simplify the problems of education. So I'm not going to even get into the block scheduling that efficiency experts have introduced into public schooling. But,
sure.
And I know some private schools that do that as well. But for those of us that are still kind of maintaining, we have a number of different subjects we want to teach, and each subject is going to get taught every day. I've questioned why.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't there some subjects that you need every day because of their
because of the way that the mind,
nature.
The impression is taken.
The dominoes need to keep falling daily, right? And I would put something like mathematics or a language acquisition or something like that in those. But that some of the other subjects, we get into this equity notion.
Yes.
That it's about time when some things are taught,
yep,
led into with more easily than other subjects, and therefore don't need the same amount of time.
Right.
In fact, some of the subjects suffer from not having enough time.
Right.
And the teachers always like fighting bell to bell.
Yep.
And if they were given some sort of a schedule that allowed them a little more time because some other subjects that don't need it.
Yep.
And I'm not going to get into the war of what subjects do and don't so much as the fact that I don't. In this conversation, I think it's enough to just simply say that we sometimes build barriers for ourselves in our mind that are not necessary for real education to occur.
Right. The structure, the tail is wagging the dog.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Like the structure is, I don't know. Yeah, we see this sort of thing all the time, right? When we have a group of people who kind of forget what they're doing and are just constantly talking about how they're doing that thing.
Yeah.
And there are conversations to be had about how we're doing education. We should have those conversations. We should continue to do that. But in the end, again, let us not be accused of being philosophical instead of practical. What we're saying is how we get there depends on where there is.
Yeah.
So bringing up where there is eminently practical.
Right.